if Sniper's big enough, like they were saying, Sniper might just be able to peep if he's not caught inside of it. So I think this is actually the most even kind of draft that I've had, for me at least, between the both series. So hopefully that is true, and hopefully it'll be a very close game and a very fun one. But what camp I'm in is actually Camp ET, which is nothing because there's no that hero doesn't even exist because he's garbage. So. But let's see how this goes. They get the first jump. PYW.
Oh, there's the stun though. And running. PYW, you can live. I believe in you. Stick charges as well as Fairy Fire. He's baiting them into a bad situation. Surely.
What a stun.
Damn, dude. It's a hell of a Nyx game. Like,
it is.
Between Sniper, between Ember, these heroes are going to end up, like, you know, I'm sure getting caught out at least once by some Spike Carapace shenanigans.
Absolutely. And the other thing I'm looking forward to see is how much impact Baboka is going to be able to do. I think I haven't really seen too many support Marcy's after the nerfs, so I'm going to keep eyes on him because he's probably going to transition into a core because it's Baboka.
Good old Boboka.
Baboka. All right. Looks like it's going to be 3 runes, though, for Aster with this setup. They had this. The Nyx got sent back to base. Also, there's an Enigma on the side of Xtreme Gaming, so your level 1 is... Their level 1 is actually extremely weak. They also have the Slark, so 3 heroes that...
Let's see what you did there.
Can be placed. Yep.
Aster, 3 bounty runes. Look at these folks. They know what they're doing. Made a little bullying maneuver over that direction. You know, what we have been seeing, a consistent theme in this sort of whole DPC has been JT smiling, and I feel like if he hits one of those big black holes, we're going to see those pearly whites yet again here.
Yeah, he seems to be one of the few players with emotion.
Damn. Holy shit.
I mean, come on. No, everyone else. Did you see Ghost in the last one when he got the rampage?
Yeah.
Deadpan. Nothing. No reaction whatsoever. So, yeah, I like when I see the players have more
machines,
reaction.
you know?
So, looking at these lanes, first of all, for Aster, I love the setup that they have here. The Mars and the Mirana should be pretty strong. Not to say they're going to completely bully the Slark, but should be strong. Bottom is an incredibly strong lane, though. The Sniper plus the Marcy versus the Enigma, you can constantly kill off these Eidolons. So JT, I'd imagine he is going to have a bit of a tough time down here.
I only see 2 of them alive right now, so I feel like something happened when I missed, but that is another nice little stun there. Again, you need those stuns to make this lane somewhat playable, because otherwise things can go south very quickly. And as you mentioned, so you're saying that you feel like the Mars lane is eventually going to be able to bully Slark a little bit.
Just at least a little bit. It's not like they're going to get pushed out or anything. Like XXS should free farm, and Ghost should have pretty okay farm. Like, it's not like they'll probably just kill the supports, honestly, in this one, back and forth.
Okay. Well, that'll be something to watch for.
Yep.
And if Ghost can stay on target and get some of that Essence Shift stolen away, always a nice thing to be able to do. XYW, in the meantime, he's being blown back quite a bit by that Paparazzi DP, but Bottle is coming out, so he'll be fine.
Yeah. DP favored matchup, but Ember can, of course, once he has 2 points in the...
PYW, not quite level 2. He needs it soon, but Boboka instead getting hit, getting brought down low. So is Monet. They got some good damage there out onto the both of them.
They have to be careful when those Eidolons split. That's when they have to be cautious about how aggressive they go. But oh, he actually gets PYW again. Orb of Venom.
Yeah, that's just going to be a dead Nyx Assassin unless something really bad happens. Oop. Nope, can't juke it out.
Ooh.
Played.
That's big for Marcy, too. He can actually get boots super early, or he can even go for Bassi to get the mana regen so that Monet can constantly get the shrapnel spam out.
Right, like you were saying, this is already a tough lane, but now getting that extra first blood gold, it makes it even more difficult.
Yeah.
So 8 and 4 on that Enigma, and the other 2 lanes going well. So that's the sacrificial one. The other 2 lanes for XG likely to be in a better position as this game goes on. We're going to see if there are any rotations towards mid later. Obviously, Marcy, one of the queens of that move.
Yeah, easily always able to set up for early rotations. The old of Earth Spirit, as we used to call her, of course. Earth Spirit used to be the one to make the moves. Now it's always the Marcy's. Looking up top, they can't put any pressure on Slug. I think a lot of this is because of the early for PQ. DY is just owning him in the harassment. So the Mirana actually don't think he's gotten almost any right clicks of harass onto Ghost, which just means he's going to get free farm. So nicely played from DY.
Heading over really early towards mid on PQ, though. And not sure if that's going to transition into, I guess, just getting the bounty run.
Arrowing a creep and getting bounty run because he's like DY is just a menace right now after him.
Yeah, throws that arrow out, gets it. Still chasing. And going to hang out here and make sure that the Mirana can't come over and secure the water rune.
This is really good play from DY. He knows that the Slark's going to be fine in a 1v1 versus the Mars, so this is really heads-up play. As now, should be able to secure the top rune as well. But we do see Baboka. When we see all these movements they're definitely communicating. It's like, okay, now I need help bottom rune, blah, blah, blah. So Baboka does make his rotation over, and we'll have those supports all check it out.
So PYW. And of course, this means the side lanes are going to be left alone for a moment. Mars getting farm against the Slark, and JT doing a good job of denying out a couple of creeps there. It looked like can they do anything?
Can they get the glimpse?
Just barely out of range. Only level 1 on that glimpse. Super
close. Ghost tried to get him to slow down with the pounce forward, but either way, you're seeing the effect of the Miranda constantly getting pushed out of lane. Slark, 28 and 5. So all 3 lanes looking pretty good. Even the Enigma, those Eidolons starting to build up since Baboka had to move.
Yeah. If you get some free time there, the Eidolons, I mean, obviously you get the natural deny that comes out just from being Enigma, but then also those things have pretty good base damage.
Yeah.
And, well, another deny. Taking away the farm from Monet. What's going to be the answer for Aster? Is it just a matter of trying to find those 6-minute runes, most likely?
Ooh,
PYW?
Good toss back, but there's Eidolons there.
There are, and they split right on top of him. Went in pretty hard on that one and is going to get punished. One more punch is all they need, but the salve!
It was instant.
Dude, Bulbica right on top of it and somehow dodging the ring around the Rosie. And now JT's maybe in trouble. He still has the salve going there, but the double stun and now the turn tries to bring him down. Bulbica in trouble, gonna die, but JT.
What a play.
Buys enough time to make sure the Enigma goes down.
It was like the instant after that auto attack hits him, the salve gets popped and he perfectly jukes and rings around the Rosies. Holy crap. Baboka. That was beautiful.
That's what we've come to expect from his play recently, but it still looks special every time we see it.
Yeah, that was... I haven't seen that type of like ring around the Rosie juke after an instant salve in quite a long time. Definitely sets up the kill for Monet. Looking at mid, seeing Paparazzi, that big differential versus the Ember though.
Now, of course, having to TP back bottom means that there was an opening that if it spawned bottom would have been an Ember rune, but instead, Paparazzi will be blessed, gets the regen.
He's 6 also. They're bringing both supports. They might be able to set up. XWY is not 6 yet.
JT losing every one of his Eidolons. Yeah, if those supports leave for a moment, although this is big, this is a huge win for him before level 6 comes in, and now Tower starting to be hit. There's not even a catapult to arrow here for PQ.
Pop the glyph, try to hold on to it a little bit longer. Excellent rotation from the 2 supports. They're killing it right now on XG with that.
And Bulbica moves in, finds PYW. Paparazzi still feeling comfortable hitting away at this.
Half damage on the tower.
That's really nice. And we'll get the full regen afterwards from the ghosts coming back in.
Really good moves. I like that they're playing around the strengths. They're like this, they did the same thing last time too, when they saw that Paparazzi was having a good game on the Lina. They just double bring the supports and make sure that they can punish. And they did it right before the Ember hit 6, so couldn't have asked for a better moment. And now the Disruptor, DY, he's like, all right, Slark, Ghost is fine on his own. Now I can start maybe looking to pressure Monet. 3 heroes down bottom. But Baboka will scout it.
And they get the stun. Also going to hit that Shrapnel stun off of the Spike Carapace. Still looking fine as the TP rotation comes in from Mirana. Baboka chases, get a couple Eidolon kills, and back away. DY there, but Paparazzi also moves in now. So they bring 4 heroes bottom.
Okay.
Also spotting XYW's just farming away in the jungle, but it won't turn into anything.
Trying to just slow down Monet as much as possible. Now maybe, with all those rotations, can they get something at the XXS? They've got a glimpse.
Pulls him right on in. Do they have another pounce here? XXS.
He looks sick, he's all right. Oh, PYW.
Arrow. Follow-up stun. Spike Carapace. Fine time. Dispose. Pushes him right down to the low ground. That was really nice. Not level 6 yet for Enigma. And don't know if you want to go for that move anyways. Paparazzi heads right on in. Can they get this kill onto Monet? Trying to slow him down. The Spirit Siphon would have been nice, but just barely out of range. He's still moving pretty quick, and there's the Spirit Siphon. So, but the body blocks from PQ means that Paparazzi can't get that kill and gets the bonus movement speed. Tried to cliff him there on Bulbica, but doesn't quite get it. And now, instead, it might be Bulbica who's in trouble.
He's
Does
joking again.
another juke around the corner, and Paparazzi, where'd he go? Didn't have enough mana anyways for the kill.
Protect Monet, and off of this too. With this big rotation, UCXWY finally getting back in the game, gets a DD rune. Some good damage on the tower here too. Nice port from PWY, fills up the bottle of Paparazzi since he didn't get the power rune. And now XWY. What do we call it with 3 heroes here? See if I don't see what his remnant. Yeah, he does have a defensive remnant down, so he will be okay to play super aggressive.
Particularly with that DD, hard to deal with this.
You can almost just kill TY, yeah.
Oh man, does he go in for it? He's thinking about it.
He's gonna jump away.
Okay.
Okay. I forced a lot of reactions, so we're seeing the effect of that on those side lanes. Monet starting to take over at the top, and JT starting to get slowed down a ton on this Enigma down here.
So this was the question that I was going to have for you is what do we see as the item build? Because for a long time it was Wraith Pact. There was a while where we saw the Midas getting queued up for the Enigmas and being that like late game answer like a Doom is. What do you think of this option, going in for the mech instead for JT?
It's the new build on the Enigmas that we've been seeing in a lot of pubs for the pro players. It's just, yeah, Greaves. The item is just too valuable at this point. Back to the old school ways of the Enigma. Although eventually, you know, you will probably see that Blink BKB build afterwards, because as the panel said, there's no BKB disable unless they get some type of like basher or something on like one of these heroes. They'll just have to kill him through it with the sniper.
Sniper basher. Dreams.
Hey, it's
Dude, 4 heroes. Is PYW really going to get out of here? He slowed for a moment. Dive. Okay, no, they got him with the dispose. Well done. Farm out this double stacked camp too.
Oh, but the courier. Wait, what? One of the.
I don't know.
One of the neutrals killed it, I think? So I think that was the arcane boots on the Mirana. Okay, that's actually pretty... 1 minute.
Annoying.
Yeah, 1 minute gone that he can't restore the mana of the Ember and stuff like that, so, okay.
JT still farming away down here, but like you said, very much behind. He's actually about even with the Ember, which is kind of interesting. So different priorities and farm in terms of these different positions.
Yeah. XXS is having an excellent game, though. And he's been left alone a lot, top versus Ghost. Ghost is having that better start, of course, but yeah. Pretty damn good for the Mars this game. There's now rotation. Another one. Really just... Paparazzi's just a menace this game. Just really trying to emphasize going for pressure. Really wants to kill this sniper and get a tower push going on this siege wave.
And DY is about like 5 XP or something short of getting level 6. Gets it right now as he walked into XP range. So Monet pairing together with him. Do they get the vision to pull him in? Yes,
yes
indeed.
They do.
The glimpse is there. And a quick kill. And well, if they're not careful, bringing in more heroes, they could also die. So, Bobica, Ghost, Chase, Glimpse, still on cooldown for the moment. But with the vision, 3, 2, 1, they pull him back on out. Yes, DY catches and going to be able to kill. Now Mars moving in. He's silenced. Can't get the arena down. Ghost tries to escape and just walks away. Paparazzi's fine. Ghost is fine. Do they have any sentries down? Doesn't look like it, but XG forced everybody else bottom. And they will be able to walk out of that one perfectly okay.
Big moves, right? Huge from Paparazzi, just being able to get the vision for these glimpses over and over again. And I have to give the credit to the Disruptor. But XXS can't quite connect. A painful first wasted ultimate.
Arrow going to hit now on to the Nyx Assassin. Control for the moment and kills off PQ. These last couple of minutes, things are definitely coming off the rails a little bit for Aster. They have to be careful not to let it get away from them.
Yeah, XG is doing an excellent job of actually pressuring, and now perhaps we'll be able to go for this bottom tower with the Eidolons and with just sheer numbers, it looks like. But nope, Aster does not want to lose this tower. They're bringing the squad down.
They have Black Hole with no Exorcism. Aster maybe feel like that's going to be enough of a leeway for them to take this fight. XG gonna respect that movement over, even without the arena. Just not wanting to come on in if they see numbers head down south.
Yeah, I mean, just the slight little movement like that does stop Xtreme from trying to go for any type of push here. And XJT, he did switch the build, by the way.
Okay.
So Lens is the first choice on the Enigma, and then just queues up the straight BKB. I guess he's just decided, whatever, we're having this type of game right now. We don't need the Mac. I can go greedy.
DY drops the Disruptor ulti down, can pull him back in a second after that glimpse. No.
He got arrowed.
Doesn't have it. Doesn't have it. He has to be careful. And Monet walking up front and center. The sentry is down, but it's just out of range of PYW. If he steps too far forward, he'll get punished.
They saw him for a split second, though, so they do know he's in the vicinity.
And has to be careful, but still could open up on XXS here. Does he realize the positioning? Spike Carapace stun right away. Knight pulls down. Bobica pulls back one. There's the Disruptor. Glimpse to pull him away. PYW dead, but the Black Hole solo onto the Ember while Ghost is forcing away the rest of them. But he doesn't have enough for the kill. XYW lives through that. Now Ghost is in trouble. Has to get out of here. Has a pounce to try and escape. And head assassinate not skilled from the sniper. Oh, man.
We see that a lot of times.
Yeah.
Not getting the point in it. Would have probably been valuable this time around, but it happens. Same thing for Paparazzi, right? If he had Silence skilled up this time, maybe they get the kill on the Ember, but 4-0-4. So we'll see a couple of back and forth wasted ultis.
I'm just saying, I'm glad that, pro players don't ping each other's items when they don't have it skilled or low levels.
But in pubs, they do.
Oh, yeah.
In pubs, you'd see probably Paparazzi get pinged and the sniper to get pinged for both of those. But either way.
This sniper.
Yeah. But these things happen. This is XWY continues to try to push his limits as the regen. So tower did get brought down, the important thing for Aster. And did get some really nice arrows. I think PQ actually saving the day a little bit with 2 of those, otherwise they may have lost more heroes. Woke up.
Got him.
They've got a dust.
And building up those stacks of Essence Shift. Now this does signal, hey, maybe a kill potential. Arena 20 seconds away. Ghost knows that they see him now. Spear connects, didn't use it, and is going to get caught, finished. That hurts.
Next success, quick jump forward. Now maybe they can put some emphasis on the tower themselves. A little bit harder for them to go for any type of tower pushes in comparison. But I mean, Paparazzi might actually look to fight. He has BKB done already on Death Prophet, so let's see what they opt to do. If they just go for trade or if they go for actually battling. Might just be trade.
I think that's something else that's going to be interesting to watch here. This dynamic of Slark versus the Mirana ulti. Mirana ulti using just an easy way to get on top of them and set up for a kill without having to commit that much.
Yeah, he's got to be really quick on the fingers, right? I think this one was just too fast from XXX, how he got the spear off to get the Dark Pact.
So tier 1 tower gets hit. They bring in DY.
Whoa.
Glimpse away one, but just going to die for that. Yeah, and Vision was there.
And they're going to know that ward's there very likely, too. They won't get the tower at the least, but DY making that one a little bit obvious, gets caught out.
PYW not by any sentry wards, though. Okay. But it doesn't look like they're going to try and make a fight happen right here. Instead, just going to run on in and kill that Mirana.
Yep. They do get the D ward, though.
Okay.
Yeah, DY made it, obviously. Now PYW is actually walking into the same sentry. He will ping it. Okay. It's going to be like, oh, God, no. The sentry, the best sentry ever, right? XXS. Blink is back.
Should recognize that this could be the move that they're making. And PYW walks over by the sentry ward again. Was laid down. Has to run away. But getting closer and closer to a Blink Dagger. This Nyx Assassin is very farmed.
That could be pretty explosive to get on top of the sniper. We'll probably, as we usually say, right, versus sniper, you should see a lot more Blink Daggers in the game, so it could definitely be the case this time around. But a very even game. That's kind of exactly what we wanted. Both towers dropped mid and top and mid and bottom on the opposing side. 8-8, pretty much even gold. Couldn't ask for a nicer even game.
The thing to me about it, too, is that in, game 1, obviously, they let through one of the heroes that people thought of as broken in the Broodmother. Game 2, it was the Lina. Obviously, the, lone druid made a bigger impact in some ways than the Lina even did. As, well, now they drop the arena, just tries to get out of there, but Glimpse pulls him back in. Arrow is not going to catch on a Paparazzi's. He's BKB'd. Ooh. So that is a lot expended and wasted for XG.
That's huge for Aster to get away here. Both the BKB, the Static Storm, and the Exorcism.
Oh, silence timed not quite perfectly there with it. DY can't get Vision to try and glimpse back in.
Oh, and JT actually switches it up again. He goes for the Blink instead. He wants to have a little bit more catch to synergize perhaps with the Nyx. Maybe because PYW is getting close to Blink, he wants to have that double go so they can both jump on top. Cool.
I mean, this means they have to really fight around these, right? Or is it not as big of a deal because they still have strong late game?
I think it's not as big of a deal. I think both teams do have. That's why I was just saying during draft, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a really fun one because I feel like both games have kind of equal strengths of late game. It's like depending on if the Black Hole catches the sniper and if he kills the Enigma with Black Hole and BKB and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Regen picked up for Ember, almost level 12. He's going in for the BKB. So all of these timings will kind of be coalescing around the same moment.
Yeah, definitely needs that BKB this game versus the Disruptor and the Nyx and the Death Prophet, of course.
Just all of them.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're all annoying. And our poor boy Disruptor, just bottom of the net worth pack. Boots, Wand, and a Dream.
That's all he needs. The Dream especially.
Yeah. Eventually he'll queue up that Aghanims, I'm sure.
Yep. If he gets a Philly.
So, the current state of the game, waiting for that next big ultimate to be online. Death Prophet 50 seconds till EXO.
Yeah.
While Ghost and DY run around together and hunt. They've been doing a good job of just sort of farming up this this Slark with, you know, basically off of Mirana, it's felt like.
Will they be able
kills.
to find Monet here? They might actually get some luck walking over here.
Yeah, he recognizes it, hides away for a second.
But off of this, they know, since, as you said, the Exorcism's on cooldown. BKB was still on cooldown too. They do at least make a push down bottom. Aster will get that tower. But now, Xtreme back to ready to fight. I think Exo's back up in 10 seconds or so. And the blink on the Nyx and the blink on the Enigma are online. So they have reach. They can get on top of this sniper. Monet has to be very careful with his positioning.
Ghost right there. Stun onto 2 and the double catch. Black hole down onto both of them. Is it going to be enough damage though? Can they kill off this Mars in time? I think so. Success there. And now Ghost starts beating away at XYW. Has to be careful though. The DOT is coming in, was quite strong. The stun is there. Ghost able to Death Shroud, keeping himself alive. Paparazzi pops that BKB. Ghost eventually falls. Monet just planking away constantly at this one. And in fact, they have to pop the EXO just to ensure they escape.
Oh boy. I mean, they have to fully escape. Off of the start, the way it looks too, they get the two of them. But Monet, he's literally just in downtown just shooting freely. Oh, now he gets a growth bow as well too. The Dream for the sniper. Okay.
Yeah, that dagger.
Yep.
Extra damage there was really strong.
Yeah, he had the wrist duel pop the whole time while he was just wailing on them as well too. That was close to them even losing more on the side of Xtreme Gaming if they didn't actually have the Depth Shroud that was purchased from the Slark before the fight. But now it's Black Hole's down, Exo's down, all your ultis are on cooldown. They're going into Roche.
There's not really much that they can do to try and stop this one. Yeah, a huge window here for Aster. And that's one of the dangerous things about this Xtreme lineup. You use all those ultis in a fight and suddenly you can't really come on in and contest these things even without the BKBs available.
Yeah, unless you got like a big win in the fight, right?
Right.
The thing is also, as XXS died, he didn't use any spells. So if they try to go into this fight, Mars has everything available.
Very tanky Mars. I guess that's the other thing to think about here is, right, double bracer with the Ogre Club, Soul Ring. Like, if he dies more quickly in that fight, maybe they just get out and it's instead Xtreme that run to Roche with Mars dead.
Yeah, absolutely, because they would have had Exo if they did get that kill a little bit faster. Definitely. All these little things definitely making a difference. And XXS, if he gets once he gets BKB, right, then it's maybe he doesn't die inside of that instance at all, and then they full turn.
JT glimpsed away. And that means tower is going to be hit. They actually glyph the wave now and going to try and keep it alive. No, after the glyph, they can't do it. What do you think about this Witchblade build on Paparazzi? I haven't seen that before.
Just want some type of armor. I've seen it a few times on these Death Prophets. Just any type of small armors that you can get to. It's nice. And it synergizes well with the little slow in the Spirit Siphon. I've seen a few players go for this type. It's a really good item. I mean, everyone loves Witchblade.
I guess she is a witch, too.
Yep.
It's lore appropriate. That was a long time ago that witchcraft was a spell of hers.
That is true. A long, long time ago.
Right, 22 minutes in, and Aegis in hand, Smoke running across the map, trying to find one. Paparazzi's there, has BKB, can't get it off in time. Follow up. No, he gets the BKB out, and the Depth Shroud's there, too. So it was always going to be fine. Didn't panic pop EXO. And, well, decided to run in for a second.
Oh,
now,
no.
Monet, right on top, they saved you. They saved you, though. Oh, TY, TP's out right behind the tree. That keeps him alive.
Oh, man. Oh, the snipe, is it in hit?
Oh, JT, no. He's going to get caught and going to get killed.
Oh, what a big mistakes coming out from Xtreme. Paparazzi, after being 6-0.
Yeah, that one hurts.
Yeah, a couple back-to-back mistakes, right? The Exorcism earlier, and then BKB and kind of stands around, still back in the area. Oh, man. Now, PYW. Okay. Geez.
That's the blink.
I was about to say, oh, no, the consecutive, like, kind of chain feed almost in a way. That would be disastrous, really, for Xtreme.
It is nice to be able to kill off that creep wave, though, slowing down this push that you know is coming. It doesn't really end up mattering. Creep wave's still there already. But a 3,000 gold lead for Aster.
Pretty big one, too. Like, it's only 3,000, but it's the items that they get out of it. It's a BKB done for Mars, BKB done for Ember, and the BKB that was already done for Monet. So triple BKB cores.
And they still have more timings to hit.
Yes,
you know?
they do.
There's the BKB for Bobica eventually, and then you got quad core.
Yeah, well, of course, that's going to happen at some point for him. Yeah, JT having to hold on to a lot of gold. As we said, he's gone for like the blink lens for more aggression, going straight for BKB, but them not having the aura,
yeah,
you're definitely going to start to feel the difference in some of these fights where the Mirana has mech and the side of Xtreme does not.
Good blink away there. And they just need to cede ground, basically, until that Aegis is down. And I still like, in a lot of ways, their fighting potential, you know, once it's sort of on even footing again with the Aegis, and particularly once the BKB is there for the Enigma. But I don't know, Sark just looks so fragile in that last fight that we saw. Not sure what it was. I guess having to use Depth Shroud to save others at the same time, but he's definitely, the power of Monet is not to be messed with.
Absolutely. Ghost now does have Ags, so they will have some good timings coming together. The BKB, JT, Ags, Slark, plus what looks like to be the blink on Paparazzi, perhaps. But oh!
Dude, they find him.
Oh my god.
Right on top. PYW tries to get out of there. The dust, it clipped him.
It got him.
They know. They find him and gonna bring down that pesky Nyx assassin.
How did he see him? Did he
I don't even know.
Was it the ward on the left caught a second of vision on him or something? And then, I guess so. And then he just jumped forward blindly.
That's crazy. He was invis.
Yeah, that was IX success.
This guy's a monster.
Yeah,
look,
Mars.
He does that play again too, right? Waiting and hoping to find somebody over there in that tree line.
Smart stuff. Monet, glimpse.
Stun to start. Trying to burst. Can they get the kill? Yes, that's Aegis. JT, does he have enough to jump? Looking for it right on top. BKB Black Hole killing off Monet, and that is what they needed. Silence immediately onto XXS. They got punished hard.
Oh, you know, it's actually such a cool little, it's a mini glimpse. It's like Monet is like, I'm not BKBing this glimpse, and it actually causes him to probably die and also lose the Aegis plus the Mars. That was beautifully done.
That is what they needed. The BKB reveal from JT.
It was everything, though. They committed a ton of spells there. They committed all the ultis again, the BKBs as well, too. So when they do respawn on the side of Aster, I'd imagine it's go time for them. They're going to look to smoke and probably look for an instant engagement.
And look at this. Dota plus probability favoring Xtreme after that high ground failed push and a double jump. Finds a nice target here, Bobica.
Invis.
Will wisely just back away from that one. So Ghost has better initiation capabilities like you're talking about with the Aghanims, but XYW is also getting closer to, well, he's still about 3,000 gold.
Yeah.
A reasonable price.
Potentially waiting for next Roche, or if they want to, just the ultis to come back off cooldown.
Yeah, they right now want to play a bit passive on the side of XG. So Aster, it's up to them to make the aggressive move. They have the smoke ready, so let's see if they do like to, if they would like to try to take advantage of these cooldowns. DY might just get caught here in the river. Arrow.
Ooh. Getting out of there. Does he actually escape, though?
Nope.
Yeah, that's a negative.
And they actually probably think that there's a ward now in the high ground because of how he walked, but there actually is not. So maybe a little bit of a bait there. DY.
Oh, and XXS going for this build again that we've seen a couple of times out of Mars. The sheep stick next. That one is so cool.
Hex XS, right? I mean, I'm not gonna steal. I'm not gonna say it's my credit.
You
I mean,
literally
B-Cop
stole
said
it.
it. I mean, B-Cop said it the other day, but it's still
I thought
really
it was
good.
Lacoste. Oh, it was probably B-Cop.
Well, don't
sure.
give Lacoste credit. It was B-Cop.
Okay, got it.
I think he said it because he was like, he's building it so you can say it.
Got it.
I think B-Cop actually got it before him. And now Smoke. So still ults on cooldown, 15 seconds on EXO, 50 on the Black Hole.
Who they finded? JT immediately queues up the refresher. He says, all right, I need it more than once here. PYW.
Ooh, they're going to get sandwiched here.
Oh! Somebody's going down.
Long TPs.
He got away! XXS, you monster.
What?
Oh, wow. Dude, the most value shard. What the hell?
He got... Oh, my... He got... I mean, I don't even... There's no words for that. That's too good. All right. 56 seconds. No Nyx. They have vision of Paparazzi also. They have that river ward just now, so maybe they can look to go for more. They didn't have to commit too much out of it there. Still have the arena ready. Wow.
Yeah. That, I mean, speechless.
Yeah.
Really.
I
If that happens, it's like, all right, well, I guess that Dodo doesn't want us to win today.
Yep.
5K
Sometimes.
gold lead. The next tier of neutrals are up and ready to get claimed, but XXS looking for another opening. I'm just expecting him to just blindly spear Paparazzi right now.
I'm honestly thinking the same thing. I think he might just
Yeah.
like jump onto high grounds the way he's been playing so far. Is spotted though. DY gets a defensive ward.
And hide away. DY.
Does he glimpse him just to be annoying? They get the pounce.
Okay.
Are they gonna do it now? He's gonna do the glimpse, I think, right? I love it. That's a good play. They keep the outpost.
Dude, but now they know that the ward's there, but I guess it doesn't matter. Oh
no,
my god.
he was clicking the outpost. He sees him.
Okay.
Now they're
Ghost.
gonna counter smoke.
Are scanning.
Ult's at the ready.
Very annoying stuff coming out from both of them. BYW, he's right on top. The vision advantage. Stun there on to the Ember. Do they have enough? Disruptor ulti whiffs that one. BKB was already out, and the stun, the control.
Depth shroud.
Nyx, he's fine for the moment. That depth shroud keeping him alive. Monet's moving in though. The big bad sniper, hard to fight into, and with the Nyx already dead, do they have the extra control that they need? JT sizing him up, waiting for his moment. He gets it broken. No blink dagger for you. Can jump in for round 2 of this,
Paparazzi.
but Monet jumps forward and they find him. Ghost right on top, and they break it. Oh, his BKB wore out, and now Ghost is caught. Ghost in trouble. JT popped it too early and gets punished.
And XXS continues just to be a monster as well. Always there at the right time to get these cancels. He cancels the initial blink, right, with the
Yeah.
rebuke, and then he gets the spear after the BKB wears off. My God.
Listen, when you're playing Mars, you're not supposed to be able to cancel BKB Black Hole. He did it twice in that fight.
Kind of in a way, yeah.
Unreal.
And Monet with the full data list, you see how much damage he's doing if they don't stick on him. JT, it's the right move to go for that jump, but now ult's all down.
Dire's middle
Damn. Oh my god, that's such a huge moment. XXS the difference maker.
Yeah, absolutely MVP in this game.
radiant structures
What
are
a
fortified.
freaking stud. I was looking at that Mars and I'm like, why Mars? You know, he doesn't feel like it does anything particularly special. There's a bunch of melee cores, you got a Death Prophet, but he is making this hero look so good.
He did the same thing at TI so many times too, where it's like, oh, Mars, okay, it's not maybe like the most amazing pick or something for this game if you don't see anything special, but XXS just somehow makes it look so damn good.
Such a good performance here. And yeah, the Depth Shroud used early. And what's interesting is Monet was just kind of chilling for a long time in this fight. And then this is the moment right here where JT spots it, thinks he can go on in and just
Gets rebuked.
canceled.
Yeah, and then look at the BKB trickling down. He's telling his team, BKB, like blinks on cooldown, gets a jump, but then it, boom, wears off. Yeah.
Immediately. Right on top of it. And that would have been one of the defining moments that could have changed it around. If Monet dies right there, I feel like Stark maybe can even clean up. Well,
Perhaps. And now they still have ults on cooldown. Aster is full ready to fight.
oh, careful. 50 seconds on Black Hole. They walk up high ground. XXS, he does it again. Stun. They're all caught in the arena. Death and damnation. Oh, wow.
Paparazzi, he's trying to run away too. Baboka's on the chase.
Ghost has to jump out of there. Paparazzi gonna get followed. There's the dispose. Catches a wall, and, well, the Death Prophet is no more. And guess who is up and ready to go? Good old Roshan.
All right. Everyone bow to XXS. This guy is just making all the difference here. 10K gold lead now. The game is completely ripped open. Monet, of course, gets a DD right outside the pit too. Roche gonna drop in seconds.
Does he go for it? He's opening up a slot. Ghost.
He probably feels like he has to at this point.
He has to. 5 seconds until Shadow Dance, though, and it's not going to happen.
Oop. Shard.
Giving it over to the Ember.
Yeah, he just got his Ags. Perfect timing for him too, level 18. Everything just hitting on all cylinders really for Team Aster right now.
You know, I'm used to thinking about Whisper as like the best Mars in the world, honestly, but XXS is putting on such an unreal performance.
At TI, he was doing. I was like, this guy. I mean, he's so good on some of his select heroes. XXS just has, for years and years and years, has been looks just irreplaceable. And yeah, seeing it again.
I go for the refresher instead.
He switched it up. He was like, screw it. I'm rich.
Let's do it. How close are we to that refresher on the Enigma? He's still a ways away. And again, you know, we think about the way that fight went. Still very much. All right, it swung back the other way. We think about like how badly that fight could have gone for Aster if they rest on their laurels too much. You know, no lead is safe with this type of a lineup. But it seems at this point as if Aster are just hitting their timings better and can play now with a little bit of extra safety around that Aegis.
Yeah, the Aegis is really the big one, because then they only have the one black hole right now, so they will be able to survive the most of it. And XXS, yeah, his refresher is he's probably gonna get the jump every single time, as he has even before that anyway.
Yeah, you feel so much more free there. Make those moves, but high ground, always a scary proposition. This is where Monet got glimpsed earlier and ended up dying with his Aegis.
I don't think he'll take another step foot on that ledge again. Not for now, at least.
Steps on in here with ultis back up again now. And a Blink Dagger done on Death Prophet.
Okay.
They have more ways to start these fights. You also see a Disruptor Aghanims queued up. And
Pipe Dream.
2,000 gold away, yeah. I mean, without the Philly, it becomes a lot more difficult to get that.
And it's just getting scary for them to go outside because of how strong Aster is and how much catch they really do have. Monet is going to kill anybody in seconds if he finds them.
Scotty done, and Moonlight Shadow now, along with the smoke. They're waiting to find an opening. Paparazzi's there. They spot him right away, but the blink away interrupts.
Oh,
Ooh.
the Cloak of Flames actually gets him Carapace.
That will hurt you.
That was actually pretty funny.
I wonder if he takes that out.
I mean, he's probably like, grumble, grumble.
So they continue to build their lead. That's the other thing to keep in mind here with Aster.
Yep.
Is every second that's going by, they're making more and more happen. XYW did not have... Oh, Paparazzi sent his courier over to try and farm up this item. Yeah, and they spotted him. Don't get that D ward, though. So Monet steps up high ground now. Or rather low ground. Stun there, immediate jump. Don't have an answer for this though. Monet low, but not gonna die. Living through that one. DY in trouble. Bulbica just ripped him to shreds. Ghost on top of Monet, tries to kill him. JT hanging out in the back, ready to jump in with the BKB black hole if they can find the opening, but Paparazzi still barely surviving, ends up falling. He was getting zoned out the entire fight, couldn't do it. Ghost maybe can come on in though and finish him up. Monet, he gets barely away from him.
They keep canceling the blink too. I think he gets hit by I think the remnant tapped him like 2 times in a row. These just random remnants from the Ember. Stops the blink. He pops BKB, gets hit by some random other ability. Oh man, no BKB now for JT.
People have just gotten so good at playing around the BKB black hole. It was like incredibly strong for a really long time, and man, Aster just coming up with the perfect answers here.
They know to make sure they're stopping that blink dagger constantly. Either it's XWY, XXX, or Baboka. Baboka was standing in his face at the same time as XWY throws the remnants. And an important thing to point out too is the remnant, when you throw it out with Shard, it instantly does that damage. The DOT damage, that is, so it does stop blink daggers instantly.
Very hard to deal with. And of course, if you use that BKB and then can't get the jump, we saw what happens.
Yep.
So he's getting closer and closer to that refresher. How far away is it on JT? I mean, you might even think about trying to sell some items here or something in a second, and indeed he will do that. Sells his wand, has refresher, a double black hole, 15 seconds until BKB, but the moment is gone.
I mean, structural damage as well too. They've lost any possible capabilities of scaling, and we'll see that one again. Keep your eyes on JT. I mean, there's a lot of things happening in here, but watch this Enigma. Look, he's getting hit by these remnants. See, that's the first one. Baboka's kind of is in the face. Another remnant's on top of him up on the north side in the part that you can't see in this fight.
And Baboka is still just right there with him.
Yeah.
So hard to play into this and keeps the damage on him. The Sleight of Fist from XYW was the other thing that canceled it out.
Yep. And another remnant like thrown forward. I mean, it's perfect execution really from Aster of how they've adapted to how they're playing versus this Enigma.
I wonder if maybe even like a pipe or something might be a decent answer for it. Or like a hood and pop it before the fight or something to try and stop it.
Just to like absorb that little bit of damage or something. I mean, it's tough to say. He just has to have better positioning. It's hard, but that's what it's got to be for him.
Game is hard.
Yeah.
And Aster playing it perfectly.
They're so rich. Hex now for XXS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty hard to play into now. Refresher Hex with the arena and everything else.
And they've got all these auras too, as we mentioned. You know, it's kind of an invisible effect that it's going to always be having, but they have Vlads, they have mechs, so you see that Monet, even though he had Paparazzi on top of him, he's able to kind of fight back with that little bit of lifesteal. And he's about to have Satanic, so huge amount of items, of course, coming out for Aster.
Well, if they don't get to press their buttons, then maybe they can win that way. And
Maybe.
Black Hole does that well, but the scan is there. They immediately know they're in the area. So W, they just start with the stun. Ghost trying to bring him down. Monet in position. Arena down, catches on to Ghost. He's BK beat out. Chase continues. DY drops the Disruptor. Ulti is going to fall. JT up on the high ground. Blink Dagger not broken yet, but now broken immediately. Has to pop the BKB. Try and run away. Black Hole only catches one, but second round he just gets dropped. Monet says, no please. Dies before he can cast a spell, and with that, Aster are just going to run it down the lanes. GG called. Whew, they make it look so pretty.
Ho ho ha ha. I mean, the game exploded at one point, really. It seemed like kind of even, and then this whole bottom situation happened into consecutive chain kills over and over. XXS playing like an absolute beast, always in the right place, catching the right heroes, making Monet shine. Damn.
That was so good.
That was cool.
I mean, you love to